Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Pete here with a little bit of, there goes the dog. She doesn't like me videoing, you know, she runs off. Anyway, I'm here celebrating 600 subscribers, and I've actually got 602 now. Gained a couple in the last week while I've been thinking about this video. Hello lovely Lola. This is going to be an update on the Chevy Cameo Coca-Cola kit. Let's move that a little bit. Now, Coca-Cola. I've been messing around with quite a few odds and sods for it, and checking out the bodywork I did, getting a better fit for the windscreen and rear screen, both screens. Luckily the rear screen was an easy fit, but the front screen's a rather complex conversion due to it being the wrong shape, really, the actual body of this vehicle. Anyway, moving on to what I've done this week, and another thanks to Stig 800. Cheers Stig, he's sent me over some more stuff, and parts of that will be included in this kit. As we were saying the other week about putting turbos and superchargers on it, I've been looking into the engine blocks for 427s and the variety of them, and given the engine bay in this Cameo, there's room to play with still a lot of stuff. But anyway, whoops. So there's been quite a few little detail things made and done. Just on the edge of your picture here this is a front hub, and I wonder if they'll do. This is all going to start doing the problems of not focusing enough. So maybe I should move this round a little bit. Right, let's see if I can do something with that. I can't find the camera at all. How about that? This is the one of the front hubs from the 55 Chevy Nomad, and I think the saloon parts are the same. It's given me my front axle. Although there's a tie rod to it, there wasn't an actuating arm, so I've added that with white styrene there and drilled out. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Going to do that or stick with the writing? I hate doing this, sorry. If I got this right, it would look good. So I've drilled through, if I go this way around maybe, this board of Meng nuts. I don't know whether you remember seeing these before. They are a product made by a Chinese company called Meng. On one side you've got a load of nuts with a bolt head sticking up, and on the other side it's just a nut head. But I've been using these 1.4 mil, I think it was. It might have been less. No, 1.4 millimeter ones in the backing plates of these hubs to get the cable end in there. Is it? I don't know. If I can hold that still on it. So I was able to drill. I can't get my arm over. Drill down through the bottom of one of them nuts, or down through the stem of it, through the bolt. Hang on. Oh, a nice picture of my thumb. right through the core of the bolt part, and then glue the nut and the bolt and the wire into the hub, giving you the sort of union there. Go on. Show these lovely people what a nutcase these things are. Anyway, so there, that's added brake cables to that. Talking about Stig, this is the original radiator and you know, support for that. So this is one of Stig's 3D printed radiators, and if I get the angle right on that, you'll see through it. This isn't the really flashy ones he was showing the other day. There you go. Whee. But it is, as you can see, transparent with a nice variety of core diameter in there. Oh, it likes that. It didn't like the hub, but it's okay with the radiator. Anyway, so I've made a new support for the radiator, which would be this, which will then directly replace the original part. I haven't tied any of that in yet because it will still need adapting to where all the turbos and everything else is going to affect things. Hopefully, I've sort of got a plan, you know, because I want to try and keep it so as it's water cooled and got these turbos and got a supercharger and is all under the bonnet hood. So that's that bit. Details there. A little trick about on this piece here, that for a nice little confusion. We'll just pick this up without going crazy. Let's see. This is a row of little brackets, all basically what I said about doing the I found the end. Come on, focus on it, you buggers. Alright, so all those pieces there will end up being a separate bracket, but it's easier to give yourself something to hold by making a row of them, and then when you're done, cut that up. So as you end up with a something small that you can actually handle, and these all have got well, you know, will become part support brackets for the brake hoses really. And dangling down there, which is what I really hope you can see, is a sort of T-piece. Please show this. It's not going to bloody do it, is it? The gadget holding my camera, every adjustment you do to it is where a stem is, a post is holding it up. Oh, go on, look. Focus on that. Focus on that. There you go. There's a sort of T-piece there with two bolts on a mounting plate to put it in place, and that will give me a T-splitter in the, or a union of the rear axle brake hoses, and then one going to the master cylinder, which is stolen from another Camaro. This is from, I believe, the Chris Carter Camaro firewall parts. So I've literally cut a chunk out of that and glued it onto the firewall here because I want to up the brakes a bit and put a booster on it. And on the other side I've started with my pedals and cleared them away, so we got a proper row of dangling pedals. Oh, come on, I feel like scrapping this video and doing it again. Right, so we've all got separate pedals there and linkages. Why is it all out of focus? Hocus pocus. But there's about 12 or 15 parts to making that, and you can't bloody see it. So that was a start on the interior, which I've got a tub there. Let's try and lob it over there. I'm putting in 2 new seats, deleting the original fuel tank. I'm going to do something in the middle with a gear shifter, which I made earlier. I'm going to leave it there and let you zoom in with your own screens. I don't know. The roll bar is from a late a 70s Camaro. It was in the spares box from an old car. What else was there? This is the new fuel tank, and that has come from a, good guess Peter, a 1/35 truck kit. I'll just do it like that. If I swing this over a bit, I'm getting rather agitated. I was in a good mood a little while ago, but with all this non-focusing, it's getting on my wick. Sometimes things will focus nicely, and then other times they bleeding won't. I've had no luck with the Race Masters that I wanted to use. They're just too big. They keep on popping over the rims of the Rally GTs. So I've decided to go, they were nice like that, but they keep on popping off. So it's pointless carrying on trying to do them. So I've swapped for an older set of pie crusts, which have gone on those GT rims well. What else? Oh yeah, got all that cleared out. I was in the process of doing a yellow paint job with a black stripe up the side, and with the 427 I was thinking in the side, and some writing that I was working on. But I wanted to sort of lay down a base of colour onto this over my primers. It's just to give me a look of what I was thinking of. But it really is just looking at, I've got to flat all this down for the proper base, for the proper paint. I don't know whether you can tell that there's a different tone in the bonnet to the car, but they are actually 2 slightly different colours, and that was by changing the base. I'll show you this bit of plastic, styrene sheet, that's got a, no, you can see it go orange there, and yellow there. I sprayed the primer, then orange, then the yellow over the top. And this is rather heavier than what I actually want to do. What I want to do is more like this. So as it's yellow there, but we'll get a warmer orange down the sides. So when I come to actually spray this, that's what I'm going to do, is because it's a rather translucent yellow, and this is it over a grey primer, but you get a lot more warmth to it by having the orange base. So I'll bloody brilliant, wasn't it? It's a lot warmer having this orange base. It's all good than, oh, that might work. So that's one of the inner parts of the bed. And there, again, I've because I haven't got any work to do to this, I've gone ahead and sprayed it like that. But this is over just a grey primer, and it will all get flatted back. It's just a colour guide to the work I was doing. Because mainly I wanted to see what that edge looked like with all the strip build up and stuff that I'd done to it to to convert the windscreen. And I want to clear out this trough a bit more because where I've been doing a lot of work in, that's slightly filled in, so I've got some trough clearing to do, panel lines. All the ones down through that grille are all open, and I've changed the angle of the windscreen wipers. Around the back I've got a nice little wooden bed that I've done. I quite enjoy painting wood. I don't know which bit of light's going to show that best. And then bare metal foil down the strips. As I was saying, I was moving the petrol tank from behind the... It locates behind the seats there in a factory truck. And I don't like the idea with all this engine in there that the petrol was behind the gasoline. It's behind me in a tank there. So I'm moving it right to the back, which will be that one there. And that will just nestle into there. That's an interference fit at the moment. There's no straps holding it. So it'll go ping down. And then I'll make a flap through the floor panel to give me access to that. You can see the twangy it's the brake line from the rear hose, and I'll have loads of bits running around there. Also on the interior, with all this power, I thought I really need a few more gauges, so I thought this is the original semi-Bel Air type looking dashboard, but I found in one of the things I was carving up this Corvette dashboard. So I looked at the width on this, and that sits quite clunk well into the little tub. So I'm going to see whether I can just shunt that over a little bit, get that worked into there properly, and add some gauges by using that dashboard. The other stuff is all general odds and sods on this. There's like I say, a few little bolts bunged around. These I'm quite sure were from a Corvette, which I've hollowed out around the nose. I did find there was a big hollow all the way back, so before I could hollow out the exit, I had to fill in the back of it to have enough to go through to it. And then bare metal foiled the centre part. So, and they're quite a nice length compared to the truck. They should, bit of adaptation, give me a nice fat truck looking side pipe. Anyway, that must be a long-winded one, and sorry that so much of it was out of focus. Bear with me, I'm not good at this. Thank you for the 600 subscribers, for old ones and new ones, and thanks especially to everyone who comments and discusses some of this stuff. The pink thing in the background is part of the Old Tom Appreciation build, because as Aretha Franklin said, behind every great man there's a good woman, or a good man there's a great woman, and this is going to be called Sweet Sue, for Tom's better half. So I'm trying to experiment with a load of pink and red and a splatter pattern over a light pearl colour. It all goes quite pearly. They have white top, white interior, white wall tyres, chrome suspension, quick change rear end, that sort of thing. Traditional little chopped hot rod. That really is it. Thank you very much, and best wishes from jolly old England.